Did you know that by simply changing the very first thing you eat in the morning, you could keep your legs feeling 10 years younger? It sounds almost too simple to be true, but here's the shocking part. Millions of people have unknowingly skipped over this secret for decades. And the answer? It's probably sitting right in your kitchen right now. A few months ago, at my clinic here in California, a 68-year-old woman named Martha walked in. Her steps were slow, her legs trembling slightly. No diabetes, no joint disease, no major injury. Just one small habit: 15 years of drinking coffee instead of breakfast. I still remember watching her try to stand from the chair, gripping the armrest for balance. I gently said, "Martha, take your time." That moment wasn't just medical. It was human. It was the quiet fear of losing independence. 8 weeks later, after changing one simple morning routine, Martha was walking around her garden again, steady and smiling. Her story is the reason I'm making this video for you today. You see, after age 60, nearly 1 in 3 Americans begins to lose leg muscle without realizing it. This condition is called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't warn you. It simply steals your strength, balance, and confidence. One day at a time. According to the National Institute on Aging, we lose about 1% of muscle mass each year after 60, and that rate can double after 70. But here's what few people talk about. Over 70% of that muscle loss isn't caused by disease. It's caused by lifestyle, especially the way we start our mornings. So the real problem isn't your age. It's how you begin your day. The good news? Your body can bounce back if you know what to give it. In today's video, I'll share 4 proven strategies to restore leg strength, improve balance, and reduce cramps. One of them is a simple morning food, easy to find, backed by science, that can help rebuild muscle and reduce your risk of falling. You definitely don't want to miss solution number 1. You'll learn what to eat, when to eat it, and a few simple exercises to feel the difference within weeks. Before we begin, I'd love to know, how old are you? And do you think this video could help you or someone you love? Share your thoughts in the comments. We try to reply to everyone. Thank you for watching Senior Health Tips, Healthy Aging. Now let's get started. Number 4. Morning protein and the power of timing. Protein in the morning is your secret weapon against muscle loss. But here's the truth. Not all protein works the same way. After a long night's sleep, your muscles are actually in what scientists call a catabolic state. A fancy word meaning your body is quietly breaking down muscle tissue for energy. And if you skip breakfast or just grab coffee, that breakdown continues. But the moment you eat high-quality protein, something amazing happens. You flip a switch inside your body. Literally. It's called the mTOR pathway. And when it turns on, your body starts building muscle again instead of losing it. The key player here is an amino acid called leucine. Think of it as the spark that starts the engine. Without enough leucine, your body won't start muscle synthesis, no matter how much protein you eat later in the day. So what can you do about it? The goal is simple. Get around 20 to 30 grams of quality protein within the first 60 to 90 minutes after waking up. That's your window. Your muscle reset time. A few easy examples. 2 eggs plus a small bowl of Greek yogurt. Or if you're in a rush, a quick whey or plant-based protein shake with a handful of berries. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be consistent. And if you have kidney concerns or other health conditions, don't worry. Just talk with your doctor first about the right amount for you. Even small, regular doses can make a real difference. Here's something fascinating. A clinical trial on older adults found that those who consumed 30 grams of protein at breakfast had significantly greater muscle protein synthesis than those who ate less. That means their bodies were literally rebuilding stronger tissue, just from changing one meal. Let me tell you a quick story. Mr. Thompson, one of my patients, 72 years old, used to skip breakfast almost every day. We made one simple change. Every morning, he started having a cup of Greek yogurt with chia seeds and a sprinkle of nuts. 6 weeks later, his sit-to-stand test, how fast he could rise from a chair, improved by 12%. He told me, "Doctor, I feel like my legs actually listen to me again." That's the kind of progress we want for everyone. Now, here's a secret most people never hear about. Your body uses different types of protein at different speeds. Fast proteins, like whey, get absorbed quickly, perfect for the morning, when your body needs a quick trigger to stop muscle breakdown. Slow proteins, like casein or Greek yogurt, digest gradually, great for keeping your muscles nourished through the night. But right after you wake up, you need that fast-acting boost to flip your system from breakdown to growth. So remember, timing is everything. It's not just what you eat, but when you eat it. Start your day with the right kind of protein, and you're giving your muscles a message. I'm still strong, and I'm not done yet. Number 3. Improving blood flow to your legs. Your muscles can't grow if they don't get enough blood. You can eat all the protein you want, but if your circulation is poor, that nutrition never truly reaches where it needs to go. That's why this next step is all about blood flow, the life force that keeps your legs strong, steady, and alive. Here's the science, made simple. Inside your body, there's a molecule called nitric oxide, or NO for short. It acts like nature's own blood vessel relaxer. When NO levels rise, your arteries gently open, blood flows more freely, and oxygen and nutrients finally reach those tiny muscle fibers that help you stand, walk, and balance. So how do you boost it naturally? It starts with what's on your plate. Foods rich in natural nitrates, like spinach, arugula, kale, and especially beetroot, help your body produce more nitric oxide. And unlike supplements, these foods come packed with antioxidants that protect your arteries at the same time. But here's something most people don't realize. Movement multiplies that effect. When you get up and move, even gently, it's like opening more highways for your blood. Think of it this way: nitrates build the roads, and movement sends the traffic. The two work hand in hand. So what can you do tomorrow morning? Keep it simple. Start your day with a green smoothie, a handful of spinach or kale, half a cup of berries, half a banana, 1 scoop of protein powder, and water or almond milk. Blend, drink, and enjoy. If you like a deeper flavor, try adding a few tablespoons of beet puree or a small shot of beet juice. About 1/3 of a cup is enough. Then, right after that first glass of water in the morning, spend 5 to 10 minutes moving. Take a short walk around the house, lift your heels up and down a few times, or gently stretch your calves while holding onto a chair. It doesn't have to be intense. The goal is to wake up your circulation. Most people notice the difference within days. Warmer legs, less morning stiffness, more energy when walking. And science agrees. Studies show that diets rich in natural nitrates improve muscle efficiency, increase blood flow to the lower limbs, and even enhance endurance during daily activities. One cardiologist I work with often says, "Boosting nitric oxide is the key to feeling less fatigue when you walk." It's like giving your blood vessels a second youth. And honestly, he's right. If you want a quick starting point, here's a favorite from my clinic. We call it the Green Boost Smoothie. Half a cup of strawberries, 1 cup of spinach, half a banana, 1 scoop of whey or plant protein, and cold water. Blend until smooth, drink it, then go for a light 5-minute walk. That's it. Your morning circulation boost is done before most people finish their coffee. By the way, I'm curious. Have you ever tried adding spinach to your smoothie? If you have, tell me in the comments. Or just type the word green and I'll share the full list of our clinic's favorite nitrate-rich breakfast recipes. Number 2. Controlling chronic inflammation. There's a quiet enemy that slowly eats away at your strength. Inflammation. Not the short-term kind that helps you heal from a cut or infection. I'm talking about chronic inflammation. The kind that quietly lingers day after day, burning through your muscle tissue and dulling the nerves that help you move. It's invisible. It doesn't hurt at first, but it quietly steals your energy, your recovery, and eventually your independence. Here's what's really happening. When your body is in a constant state of inflammation, it becomes less responsive to a key signal called mTOR, which is what tells your muscles to grow and repair. At the same time, your stress hormone cortisol goes up, and that hormone literally breaks down muscle protein for fuel. That's why so many older adults feel like they're doing everything right, but still getting weaker. They're fighting a silent battle they didn't even know existed. Now, the good news. You can calm this fire naturally, starting right at your breakfast table. Let's talk about what really works. Start your day with anti-inflammatory foods. Simple, real ingredients that your body recognizes and loves. A handful of blueberries or mixed berries adds a rich dose of polyphenols, which fight inflammation and protect your blood vessels. A few spoonfuls of Greek yogurt give you probiotics that keep your gut healthy. Because when your gut is balanced, inflammation goes down everywhere else. Sprinkle in a tablespoon of flax seeds or chia seeds for omega-3 fats. Tiny but powerful molecules that switch off inflammatory signals in your muscles. And here's one that surprises many people. Drizzle a little extra virgin olive oil over your toast, or even your yogurt. It might sound unusual, but it delivers oleocanthal, a compound with anti-inflammatory effects comparable to mild ibuprofen. If you can, try to have fatty fish like salmon or sardines twice a week. The omega-3s in these fish directly reduce muscle inflammation and help your cells rebuild faster after exercise or daily movement. In fact, studies show that older adults who eat omega-3-rich diets have lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of inflammation, and better muscle recovery. And remember, food is just half of the equation. The other half happens while you sleep. When you drift into deep sleep, your body releases growth hormones that repair muscle tissue and calm inflammation. But when you cut that sleep short, your cortisol spikes again, undoing all the good work from your healthy meals. So, here's what I tell my patients. Avoid caffeine after 2 or 3 p.m. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed, and keep your room cool and dark. Even small changes can make a big difference in how your muscles recover overnight. One of my favorite bedtime tips is tart cherry tea or juice. Just a small glass about 30 minutes before bed. It contains natural melatonin and antioxidants that help increase deep sleep and muscle recovery. Of course, check with your doctor if you're on medications, but for most people, it's a gentle, natural option. And here's a quick story that always inspires my patients. Mrs. L, a 70-year-old retired teacher, came to me struggling with morning stiffness and calf cramps. We adjusted her diet. Berries every morning, fish twice a week, olive oil instead of butter. 2 months later, her joint pain was down, her balance improved, and she said, "Doctor, I can finally walk my dog again without feeling like I'm dragging my legs." That's the power of reducing inflammation. You don't just move better, you feel younger. Number 1. The climax. It's time to reveal the ultimate morning fix. Something simple, affordable, backed by research, and surprisingly delicious. This is the food that can literally flip the switch for your leg muscles to recover and stay strong. So here it is. Greek yogurt, 1 boiled egg, and a handful of berries. That's it? Nothing fancy. Just the right mix of protein, probiotics, and natural antioxidants to kickstart your day. Now here's why this combination works so well. Greek yogurt gives you casein, a slow-digesting protein that keeps your muscles fed for hours. The egg? That's your leucine bomb, the amino acid that activates mTOR, your body's muscle-building pathway. When you put these together, you're getting both fast and slow protein sources, a double-layered effect that helps maintain and rebuild muscle tissue, especially in your legs. But there's more going on under the surface. The probiotics in Greek yogurt don't just help your gut. They actually improve nutrient absorption and reduce gut inflammation. That means your body can use more of the nutrients you eat, instead of wasting them. And when your gut is calm, your muscles thrive. Let's make this practical. Here's what I'd suggest for your morning. Take about 170 to 200 grams of plain Greek yogurt, add 1 boiled egg, a quarter cup of blueberries, and 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Eat it within an hour after waking up. That's when your body is most responsive to protein. If you're sensitive to dairy, no worries. You can switch to lactose-free cottage cheese or even use a plant-based protein blend with chia and a handful of leafy greens. It's all about getting that steady protein and amino acid flow into your muscles. And yes, there's research behind this. Studies on older adults show that starting the day with a high-quality protein source, especially casein, leads to better muscle retention and less soreness. In one small trial, participants who added a morning protein meal showed higher muscle protein synthesis and improved leg strength within 8 weeks. Let me share a quick story. Remember Martha, the 72-year-old we mentioned earlier? She started this exact morning combo: Greek yogurt, a boiled egg, and some berries. 8 weeks later, she could climb stairs without holding the railing. Her leg cramps were almost gone. Sometimes, it's the small daily habits that change everything. A quick heads up, though, if you have kidney issues or need to monitor protein intake, always check with your doctor first. Want to make this even better? Add half a scoop of whey protein after your morning stretch or walk. It gives a fast amino acid spike to complement the slow-release casein. Or sprinkle just a little sea salt if you're taking diuretics. Again, only after talking with your physician. Then, once you've had your breakfast, take a 10 to 15-minute walk. That light movement helps deliver all those nutrients right where they're needed, your muscles. It's like opening the floodgates for recovery. Try this routine for 7 days, just 1 week. Notice how your legs feel when you get up from a chair, or when you walk around the house. You might be surprised at how quickly your body responds. And I'd love to hear from you. If you're joining the 7-day trial, drop a comment that says "Trials" below. Let's see how many of us can bring strength back, one simple breakfast at a time. You've just learned how a simple morning meal can switch your body back into rebuild mode. But let's be real. Food alone can't do all the work. To truly keep your legs strong and steady, you need movement, the kind that reminds your muscles, "Hey, I still need you." So to support everything we've talked about, from protein timing to better blood flow, I want to give you something extra you can do right at home. No gym, no equipment, just 5 quick and safe leg exercises made for people over 60. Because nutrition wakes your body up from the inside, but movement teaches it how to stay strong. Number 1, chair stands. Sit on a sturdy chair and stand up, then sit back down slowly. 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Use your hands for support if needed. This simple move builds leg power and improves balance fast. Number 2, heel raises. Hold a wall or counter, lift your heels slowly until you're on your toes, then lower down. Do 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. It strengthens your calves and helps prevent cramps. Number 3, side leg lifts. Lie on your side, lift your top leg a foot up, then lower it slowly. 10 reps per side. Great for hip stability, crucial for walking safely. Number 4, seated marching. Sit tall and lift your knees one at a time, like marching in place. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes to boost circulation and gently raise your heart rate. And number 5, single leg balance. Stand near a wall or chair, lift one foot slightly off the ground, and hold for 10 to 30 seconds each side. If that feels easy, close your eyes for a few seconds. But stay close to support. Start slow. During week 1 and 2, focus on getting comfortable. Then add reps every couple of weeks. By week 8, you'll notice stronger legs, steadier steps, and more confidence moving around. A small clinical study found that older adults who practiced similar routines for just 12 weeks improved both leg strength and walking speed. It's proof that even light, consistent movement makes a difference. Always move safely. Stop if you feel pain or dizziness, and use support if needed. The goal isn't intensity, it's consistency. Every time you move, you send a message to your body. Keep me strong. And that's how you turn small daily actions into lasting mobility. Take note, in the next part, we'll talk about the common morning mistakes that quietly undo all this progress. You've done all this work, eating better, moving more. But let me tell you something that surprises most people. Every morning, millions unknowingly undo their own progress before the day even begins. So let's fix that. Here are the 3 most common morning mistakes that quietly steal your muscle strength, and how to turn them around starting tomorrow. Mistake number 1, drinking coffee on an empty stomach and skipping breakfast. Now I get it. For years, many of us thought, I'm not hungry in the morning, I'll just have coffee. But here's the problem. Caffeine on an empty stomach pushes your body into a stress response. It raises cortisol. That's the hormone that breaks down muscle tissue when you haven't had any fuel yet. After a night of fasting, your body needs protein, not another signal to keep breaking down. Here's the simple fix. Drink a glass of water first, wait 10 to 20 minutes, then eat something with protein. Even half a cup of Greek yogurt or a boiled egg can make a difference. It's like telling your muscles, we're safe, you can rebuild now. Mistake number 2. Starting the day with sugary foods. I'm talking about sweet muffins, frosted cereals, or even flavored oat packets that claim to be healthy. They send your blood sugar skyrocketing and then crashing down, leaving you tired and inflamed. And chronic inflammation is a quiet thief. It slows recovery and keeps your muscles from responding to all that good protein you're eating. Try this instead. Swap the sugar for nature's sweetness. A handful of blueberries or a drizzle of raw honey is plenty. Choose whole grains over refined ones, and always add some protein. For example, instead of a 400-calorie latte and a muffin, go for a small latte and a cup of plain Greek yogurt. You'll get balanced energy, less sugar, and way more nourishment for your muscles. Mistake number 3. Sitting still after breakfast. This one surprises people the most. When you eat, nutrients travel through your bloodstream, but if you stay seated for hours, blood flow slows, and your muscles don't get the full benefit. It's like preparing the best ingredients, but never turning on the stove. Here's how to fix it. Move gently. 5 to 10 minutes of light walking or simple leg exercises, heel raises, seated marching, even walking around your kitchen, can make a huge difference. It helps shuttle nutrients straight into your muscles where they belong. A quick bonus tip. If you're short on time, do what one of my patients, Mark, does. He drinks his protein shake, then walks around his garden while sipping his coffee. 10 minutes, sunshine, and circulation. That's his secret to keeping his legs strong at 70. Small shifts like these don't look dramatic, but they add up. Because every morning, you're either fueling growth or feeding the slow loss of strength. And the good news? You get to choose which path your next morning takes. So tomorrow when you wake up, hydrate, eat real food, and move a little. It's not just about keeping muscle. It's about keeping your independence, your balance, and your confidence to live fully every single day. So let's bring it all together. The 4 key steps: fueling your morning with the right protein, improving circulation through movement and nitrates, lowering inflammation with quality sleep, and starting your day with that simple combo of Greek yogurt and eggs. These might sound small, but together they can keep your legs strong and youthful for years. Starting tomorrow, make it real. Try that first breakfast swap. Do the chair stand exercise twice a day. It only takes a few minutes, but it trains your body to stay balanced and steady. And if you notice changes, more strength, less fatigue, share them in the comments after 7 days. Your story might be the motivation someone else needs to begin. If you're managing conditions like kidney or heart disease, just remember, check in with your doctor before changing your protein or supplements. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing the next right thing, safely. And don't wait. Every morning you delay is one more missed chance for your muscles to recover. Act early, and your body will reward you faster than you think.